Miracle Horse in front, and Lazarus has done it again.
It's all Fernando Bale, the champion, well clear of Waymore's Blues, and Fernando Bale.
And welcome to our chasing show this week of Racing, Pacing and Chasing. I'm Aaron Bain and I'm joined by my co-host Rocky Butterworth. Thanks for joining me, Rocky.
Good to be here, mate.
Now we talk all things Greyhound Racing on the show this week, and we'll go into a bit of general news and then our AB Kennel Watch, which was still self-proclaimed.
Yep, we've got a very good special guest this week too, mate.
100%. We look forward to getting Sean Nowak on a bit later. So, club manager of the Gawler Greyhound Racing Club, and they are our sponsor of this segment week in, week out. They're doing a fantastic job, and we talk about the great racing, the Group 1 racing we're leading into, the harness racing of the spring and into the summer carnival. But we've got the Gawler Cup coming up as well with them, and we look forward to promoting that as we get closer, and it's a great Group 3 race every year.
Have Roaming Cotton out there, mate.
He'll be there, the king of the north. We look forward to getting him, and we might even talk to Sean about getting him at the box draw. So, anyway, quite an interesting concept I just want to touch on before we talk about the about Adelaide Cup and Gawler Cup. But on Sunday at Sandown we had the Speed Star, and probably not your forte, is it, the Speed Star?
No.
You're more the long distance. You're more the Tornado Tears over the 7:15. Just keep coming. But
the good concept of this, mate, there's only one to beat, and if you get your elbows going in the right direction, mate, you generally win.
So the concept of the Speed Star, a great little race, but on Sunday at Sandown Park, we saw 40 greyhounds, some of Australia's fastest greyhounds, and a speed freak in the winner, which we'll touch on. But 8 greyhounds split into five races. So over the 5:15, 5:95, and also the 7:15. So there's been qualifiers leading up to this, and the concept is that they race off against each other, and then they obviously into the final series as well. So there was one Group 3 in the qualifiers. There was one Group 3 final over the 5:15, and this is basically, just to go back, this is Greyhound's answer to the 2020 cricket. And I know it was discussed in the gig earlier in the week as well. Could harness racing come up with a concept, and I'll get your opinion in a minute on it, a concept to match the Speed Star or highlight racing, harness racing like that? But full credit to Racing, or Greyhound Racing Australia, for coming up with this concept, and we'll talk to Sean about it later as well if anything's on the horizon in South Australia. But races run every 8 minutes, so great viewing, and they're there, 2 dogs, just bang, time trial type thing. And you can also break track records just in a 2-dog race, which is quite interesting. But
that's right.
None more impressive than Hooked on Scotch. So for it was something like 0.13 or 132 outside the track record at Sandown Park on a wet track. It was a rain effect.
I know. Did you see the track? It was slop. And I hear that dog may be coming here.
Yes, so it's coming here for the Adelaide Cup. It's actually favourite for the Adelaide Cup.
Okay.
So they've in early markets and obviously crunched in since Sunday, but it's $3.50 favourite for the Adelaide Cup. And I think the trainer sent out a warning, watch out Adelaide Pup.
Yeah,
so
he did.
It's coming. So that was the Group 3 final over the 5:15. Then there was 2 consolations over the 5:15, Sweet As M and Steinbrenner as well. So they're both quality dogs in their own right. One other Group 3 final over the 5:95, won by Springbridge.
I saw its win, that was good.
Yeah,
impressive.
Good. And then a bit of drama, you could say, or carnage, or had to work for it. In the Group 3 final over the 7:15, Tornado Tears was the world, it was $1.10 favourite to take out the series leading into the into the races. But it was actually a 2 times winner of the 5:95 event previously. So great concept. It's actually gone and won it in the past over the shorter distance, and now it's turned into a staying dog. This dog, 45 starts, 28 wins, and $750,000 in prize money. Can you believe it?
It is outstanding for greyhounds to be able to earn that sort of money in prize money these days. I mean, I had one back in the 80s, mate. I won 11 races and we won 9,400.
Good money back in those days.
Good money, mate. Trainer got all that, but to win $750,000, that's like winning a lottery in the greyhound industry.
And to only have 45 starts, and you see, there's been a lot of dogs in recent time. Not a lot, but there's been a good amount. I don't know the exact number, probably half a dozen that won the $1 million, cracked the million. It's well on the way. I was actually I looked into it a bit more tonight. It's already favourite for the Top Gun on the 9th of November. It's a $2 favourite there. There's 75,000 to the winner. And but the 2 weeks prior to that, so 4 weeks from now on the 18th of October, it's $3 favourite for the Sydney Cup.
Yeah.
So, not to mention, it's probably going to go on past that. It's well on the way to cracking $1 million, and probably when it does, that'll probably hang the curtains. But great dog, and we talk about Hooked on Scotch, favourite for the Adelaide Cup, but just as impressive as the Tornado Tears, both quality dogs.
Too right.
Now, touching on the Adelaide Cup, so just looking at early markets, and we mentioned last week on the show about a dog called Sinachi. So he's certainly racing into some very good form at the moment. He's second favourite for the Adelaide Cup at $6. And we do build up into an exciting time of year at Angle Park. So Thursday night, obviously the show goes to air Friday morning, but we would have seen the running of the Derby in the Oaks. And next Thursday night we have the State of Origin series, and we build in towards the Adelaide Cup in a couple of weeks' time. So it's really starting to heat up at Greyhounds.
Are we going down there as well, mate?
Oh, well, no, we'll give our camera crew a week off there. Just Greyhound racing in general, and we're looking forward to having that chat to Sean Nowak about that, because we'll talk all things racing, as well as the Gawler Gold Cup, which we'll get out there, no doubt. But probably time for Kennel Watch, eh?
Let's have a look at Kennel Watch, and you have a couple of runs of the week, mate, that you want to have a look at. First one, Road Travelled.
So this was actually on episode 1. I put it on there as my run of the week on episode 1, and then it got beat. I put the mockers on and it got beat. I said it was sort of Adelaide Cup bound, and it got beat the week later when I was watching it, the Criterion there. But it's still on track for the Adelaide Cup. It's $21, and it bounced back.
Road Travels, home and hose are out in the bin. First started Gawler, doesn't matter. Shot through's making good ground into second pleasing, but Road Travel wins by 6 lengths.
It said, I'm still here. I'm still a big contender. It was. It nearly broke the track record at Gawler, which we'll discuss with Sean. A track record that hasn't been broken for 16 and a half years.
Wow.
Now, the track had just been resurfaced, but to run 30-36 over the 5:31 at Gawler when the track record was 30:23, which was set back in 2003, it was impressive.
Yeah, and it's going around Friday?
Going around again Friday. Trained by Stephen Brook at Lewiston. Be pretty short Friday, but another dog, 30 starts, 12 wins. Maybe it probably can't compete with the Hooked on Scotches, but to see if we can see a local dog at Lewiston make through the Adelaide Cup, that'd be a great achievement for.
Well, you can't die wondering, mate. If you've got a dog or a horse that you think it's going to be around the mark, and even if it finishes midfield, it's just such a thrill to have your dog, horse, pacer in the best races possible. So
100%,
have a go.
100%. And so I was impressed with its run, and it's still, I'm not backing down that it can't feature somewhere in that Adelaide Cup field. I'm not saying it's a great, a massive contender, but once you're in that one of the 8 boxes, anything can happen. As we know.
What about Kurt Lee, mate?
Kurt Lee, very impressive in the heat of the Derby last week on Thursday night, ran 29.50 at Angle Park.
On the turn, it's all Kurt Lee. Well clear over Alinga Mal, and Kurt Lee opens up for a massive win. Kurt Lee by 10.
This dog's won 15 from 23 in his career. Yeah, that's very quick. He's obviously, and by the time this show goes to air, hope he's probably won the Derby. Run and won. Be the one to beat in the Derby, and hopefully he has won. But trained by Glenn Rounds at Devon Meadows. So it's interstate dog, but it's a dog on the rise, and the way it won the Derby heat, watch it, and to win 15 from 23, it makes its own luck as well. And we'll close with your dogs to follow. Now, Dinah Carney, you did pick a couple of weeks ago as well. Yeah, no, I put Dinah Carney in last week, and actually I was going to have the fantastic King of the North's comment, the jar, the fantastic jar, $20 we said for charity on Dinah Carney. It was actually scratched. So we stick with me. It's not in anywhere this week, but I hope all's well with Dinah Carney, but we'll watch this and then we'll have something on it when it follows. But Spring Taylor, I actually had as my dog to follow on the first episode as well. Stick with me, Rock. It again, I put the mockers on and it ran 4th at Angle Park the week later, but it's engaged at Murray Bridge on Sunday, race 6, box 8.
It'll be a bit weaker race.
Yeah, drop back, but it'll run some time around Murray Bridge. Watch it rip up, so it might well be the run of the week next week. It might move up a category, but stick with me, Spring Taylor at Murray Bridge on Sunday.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my dogs to follow for this week. It's been a good little recap, you could say, and we look forward to building into the Adelaide Cup next week and reviewing the Derby and the Oaks. We'll no doubt have replays of both of those next week, and good luck to Connections there. But we've got a special guest tonight, and we better get straight to it.
Looking forward to it.
There's a lot to get through. Sean Nowak, club manager of the Gawler Greyhound Racing Club. So we'll be back after a short break with Sean.